All right, guys. We're back here. We are going to be deciding who gets first place to the top 2 players in the grand finals. Who's going to secure the first spot? That's right. Down here in the bottom left, we have RedHair, aka Feng Feng, Tarantula Marksman, with a Marksman spec start. I actually love this starting pack with Marksman spec. I have had so many wins with Tarantula Marksman spec over the last month. This has been like my lucky pack. Really excited to see how RedHair plays this. Unfortunately, they're up against Flowerfairy, an incredibly standard defensive player who is a brick wall in the face of most aggression. And, no surprises, Sledgehammer Crawler start, one of the most solid starts. Doesn't really have a weak point. It can be defensive, it can be aggressive. They're kind of mid-range tanks, the Sledgehammers. They do a little bit of chaff clear, add some arc lights in front of that. This is about what you'd expect from Flowerfairy. Loves his defensive standard setup, lets his opponents overcommit, and his whole play is about pivoting around it. But these Marksmen, and then that level 3 Marksman on turn 2, are going to hammer the arc lights and sledges if they can track onto them, which Tarantulas are really good for. So if we think about these, and it's Fire Badger spec, which could be useful against this. We'll see how it goes. I don't know, man. Already, 2 Sledgehammers are going to go down in round 1 instantly. And then the next 2 will fall very quickly. Oh, this is huge. This is big. Tarantula's not protecting the left side, though. That Marksman's going to go down. That's kind of big. That's kind of big losing a Marksman that early. And a nice snipe on the left tower, which means this Tarantula will get taken out by the Paralyze. And these Crawlers, Assassin Crawlers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Assassin Crawlers are going to go for the tower. Oh, this is big. Okay, if you can kill all the sledges first, then you still win. I think RedHair still wins. I am unashamedly cheering for my lucky pack here, guys. Tarantula Marksman spec. It is my lucky pack, and I normally love Flowerfairy, but I think RedHair is a bit more of the creative, aggressive player here. And I mean, I'm happy for either side to win, of course, but I'm always excited to see how we make this work, because Tarantula Marksman's not normally the best aggro unit, but it's just such a nice combo having so many high damage single target units combined with one of the best headbutting aggro splash units in the Tarantula. And we're going to see... Oh! What? No, you can't skip mass-produced Phoenix. Oh, GG. Okay, guys, mass-produced Phoenix, the most broken card in the game, comes out turn 2. You cannot say no to that, even when you're on Marksman, I don't think. It's ridiculous. It's an obscenely good card. Yes, they do have 30% less damage, 30% less attack, but to buy these Phoenix for only 100 supplies each, you can get so many. It's still worth leveling them and upgrading them and all that sort of stuff. They do less damage. They won't kill the Tarantulas as fast, but they are so cheap. And I do think mass-produced Phoenix, from my limited experience, kind of overpowered, but we'll see how it goes. Going to spread another Tarantula and that level 3 Marksman through the middle. And we've got Crawlers in the back as well. Phoenix, backdoor Phoenix, which makes sense. Mass-produced Phoenix, they're cheap. Why not throw some in the back door as well? And those are going to, of course, get the tower snipe. Dude, Fairy, so good. Sets up defensively and just a small little technical backstabs. So well played. And looks like those Phoenix, as long as they turn to the tower, which they will. Now, to be fair, the front line got hammered. That level 3 Marksman, though, gets exposed because the Tarantula gets shot down. Phoenix coming in. Oh, and they're still one-shotting these Marksmen. And the Crawlers are on top. Dude, Fairy here. Is this going to be a bit of a bad game? It might be. And this is why I'm so excited for the grand finals of this tournament, guys, because it's going to be a best of 7 where 1 or 2 lucky cards that massively favor one player or another in a certain situation won't decide it. It's going to be about kind of the whole picture. A big best of 7 finals this weekend. I'm so excited for, because I've been waiting to see it. Are you guys in the chat who've been watching Mag1 longer than me? Have they done a best of 7 finals before, guys, or is this the first time? Fortress, Rhino, Fang, Scorpion, 4 squad. Okay, they just never shared me the replays. That's all. Okay. Because I've tried to ask them for like brackets and where the lineups are and stuff, but they've never really shared like a resource for exactly where the bracket lineups are. And because I'm always casting and doing other shows when they're live on the weekend, so I always miss watching it live. So I find it hard to keep up with. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. So we've got mass-produced Phoenix. Still not countering the Phoenix in the corner is definitely a decision. And going for double Rhino. Fire badges on the corner. Oh, okay, that Rhino will block it. But dude, if you don't have anything to deal with this Phoenix in the corner, what can you do? Fangs. Fangs in the corner. You gotta go Fangs in the corner, right? Yeah, okay. Fangs in the corner will deal with those Phoenix. Another fourth Tarantula comes in. He's gonna, yeah, really focus on this right side a little bit more. Fair enough. That Phoenix is very exposed, but I guess with the Rhino coming up the left flank should be acceptable. And surprisingly, no more Phoenix coming down for Fairy. I thought Fairy would make even more Phoenix, but... Okay, one more Phoenix came down. So there's 3 Phoenix in the back. One in the corner got sold by the looks of it. And those Phoenix coming forward. Tarantulas, Marksman trying to hold the front line. The Tarantula in the corner will distract a little bit. Rhino will take out the fire badges over in the left flank. Level 3 Marksman has really not been effective. I think this level 3 Marksman was, you could say, mispositioned. Or like maybe we just needed to put some Fangs in front. It just feels like that level 3 Marksman has not been able to do anything impactful in this matchup. Whereas these 2 Marksmen getting a little bit of experience, starting to bang the sledges down, which is good. Nice tower snipe as well. This is going to be a very close round. I think as these Fangs filter through, it should allow these 2 Marksmen to clear all the mass-produced Phoenix. And I think RedHair is going to take out this round. All right, going to be taking it out. Oh, here we go. Okay, the Arclight does get taken down. Phoenix, watch out for the Phoenix. He's coming from behind. Range advantage. Range advantage does not make up for the turn speed. Oh, turn, doesn't shoot fast enough. Okay, they both killed each other. That was a dead even trade. No one wins that round. RedHair is going to skip. Meanwhile, dude, both players didn't even get me a chance to look at the loadouts on that one. But it looked like there was like Mustang production and stuff. It is going to be efficient tech research for Fairy, which is really good long term. Longer the game goes, the more upgrades you click, that'll give you good value. But costs, I think, 100? Or is it 50 or 100? Basically, it takes you 3 or 4 upgrades before it pays for itself and starts giving you actual good profit. So it's good in a very long game, but you can tell it's all about the tempo right now for RedHair. RedHair wants to keep going aggressive and getting in there. And now the Melter is going to come in to try and help deal with these Tarantulas, which is a really interesting choice because it's expensive as all heck to unlock. You've also got range Arclights set up in this lovely row. You've got a really nice chaff formation, does Fairy. And on the south side here for RedHair, what are you going to go for? Like, what is next? What do you do? Mass recruitment, pay for extra hit points, one more Marksman a bit further forward. But what else? Missile. Oh, that missile is going to be big. Does it get a Marksman? Oh, it gets a level 2 Marksman and a half the pack of crawlers. Pretty darn effective. That Melter clears the Tarantula. It's going to clear this Marksman as well. Rhino's going to get blasted by it. Fire Badger's got sold on the front corner. The Phoenix clearing these Tarantulas pretty quickly. If this gets locked onto that Tarantula by the Melter, it's going to get good nighted very quickly. That Melter on the right side being a big old bag of problems for these Tarantulas. Marksman does track on. Maybe with the help of the Fangs tanking, it can take it out, but it's going to take like another 6 shots. These Marksmen just do so little damage. But the Paralyze comes in, and that is going to save the day. The Marksman is finally going to finish the Melter off. And it's going to be a nice win here for RedHair. RedHair didn't borrow money, didn't pay for movement speed. None of these temporary investments like borrowing that really lose you tempo 3-4 rounds from now. So that's going to be a pretty nice win, but not a lot of damage. And if you're worried about the long term, that could be an issue. Now, we're going to see Mustangs for Fairy. Fairy's a Mustang addict. No, he's not. He goes Bulls. I don't know. I just feel like I always see him build Mustangs. Bulls are good. Bulls are a very good unit. Very good tanking. Tarantulas will get stuck on them a little bit as well. They are level 2, 9,000 hit points. And you could always click Mechanical Division, make a few more balls, and use them as just a fantastic medium kind of tanking and chaff clear unit. Range on the Marksman has now been clicked. And of course, double balls on the right side is going to be used to try and get on top of these Melters. But there are balls in reserve defending them. And it's all about, can I overwhelm these Melters? Now, a lot of the times you'll see EMP get clicked soon. Oh, this is my loadout for Marksman that RedHair is using. Yeah, EMP, double shot, and aerial available. Crawlers there will buy a bit of time against the Melter. It's actually kind of better on this round where they don't move, because if they move, they all clump into the Arclight. They get cleared really, really quickly. Whereas right now, they'll stay still and just waste a bit more time. Rhino gets sold. This Rhino might get sold next as well. What's the best counter to Melter? Now, Marksmen are meant to scale better than Melters in the late game. Problem, Tarantulas scale worse than Arclights, especially if those Arclights get levels in Elite Marksman, just because they're going to be longer range chaff clear. Even though the Tarantulas clear the chaff faster, I feel like the longer range of the Arclights goes slightly better. I'm not sure actually if that's... It's not really a hard and fast rule. It depends on this. It depends on the board. But in general, and this is not the longest range board. It's still a medium-sized board. Tarantula's actually doing good damage to the Melter on the right. The Steel Balls having a massive duel on that right side. Oh my lord. Okay, this is an orgy on this right side. This delayed chaff. This delayed chaff's doing really well. The Tarantula's going to clear the last Fang. Finally, the Melters clear the Phoenix. And look at that. Fang's still left over. Those Fangs, the unsung heroes. The Melter's going to go down before it can kill the Tarantula. And these Melters, they're good single target damage, but the Marksman Tarantula is actually winning. The question is there some tool like oil on this or EMP barrage or something? Not again! Fairy gets enhancement module again! Oh my god, you hacker. He puts it on the Melter, he sells it, gets 250, it pays for itself, and then he gets another free upgrade, plus 500 supplies this round, minus 300 for taking it. Means he's already at a net positive of 200 supplies in the first round that the enhancement module comes down for those double upgrades. Now, arguably, that doesn't matter. Because unless you're using energy diffraction, leveling Melters is not worth that much. So the first sell, obviously you get the raw supply value. Yeah, these are only 200, not 250. It's not quite as good as the Overlord, but still. So the thing is, this guy being level 2 doesn't help him that much. It helps him a bit. He's tankier and stuff, but you could argue, like, there's a point where leveling up your Melters isn't as valuable unless you're going to go energy. He's going to go energy diffraction. Never mind. He is going energy diffraction to deal with the balls most of all, but in general, because it's very good on defense. Now, the Marksmen have gone double shot, which is going to give them a lot more damage. They shoot slightly slower, 15% slower firing rate, but they do shoot twice each time. They go bam, bam. They do a bit of a double tap. I do know that in theory, range diffraction Melter is OP on defense, but in this scenario where you've got this wall of Marksmen behind it, is that the case? We've also got the subterranean blitz crawlers, the underground crawlers coming in. I think the balls may have to be sold now that there is range Melters here. Range and diffraction, I mean. I'm not sure how this works. Obviously, EMP is really good if you can land it on them. Dude, looking at this board state, I would actually go Storms next turn if I was RedHair. I would commit to three Storm squads with EMP. Or Incendiary. Probably EMP, maybe Incendiary. I don't think it's worth going high explosive on the Tarantulas, because the chaff is far enough spread out anyway. It's coming in enough layers. I don't think you need it. Maybe I'm crazy. I kind of feel like EMP Storms might actually be good just because of how slow the tail end. I don't know if that's just a good one-turn surprise, if it's even a good one-turn surprise or not. Most of the Melters go down, but Fairy's going to win this round. You guys let me know, what would you do here as RedHair? For me, I look at how quickly the frontline chaff and how many fangs there are, how much the Melters, fangs, and Arclights are all clumped up, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I feel like the Stormcallers might be it. Wasp Swarm going to come in for Flowerfairy. RedHair could go Wasp Swarm, Nuke, or Haste module. I don't think Nuke's worth it. You're not going to get lethal this turn, and it's too easy to barrier block it. Going to go Haste module and just throw that onto probably this level 4 Marksman or something, or maybe the level 3 one here or something like that. Could put it on a Tarantula, I don't know. Okay, so it's a defensive Wasp Swarm that's just going to come in as delayed chaff against the Marksman. Remember, there is a huge weakness of RedHair's situation. Right now, RedHair is failing to win despite being weak to Wasps. So you got a Wasp Swarm coming in, not even a commitment to Wasps, and you've got no answer to it, right? You got a few delayed fangs. Otherwise, it's just Marksman are just going to take forever to kill these Wasps. It is going to be high explosive on the Tarantulas. Like I said, I didn't think that was worth it. I could be totally wrong on this. I mean, it will make them clear chaff earlier. In general, you almost always, if you're just following the build, the standard logic of the situation, with this comp, it's by round 7 latest, you probably want to have heavy explosive shells. This gives extra AoE by 7 meters. They do less direct damage to the Tarantulas, but they will obliterate the fangs, the crawlers, so much faster. Going from 5 AoE range to 7, plus 7 to 12 is massive, right? It's essentially 2.5 times the splash damage for the tarantula, which is big. But these barriers will help protect the chaff a little bit. We'll see how much time that can buy. Both sides are, of course, paying for range. Movement speed also being paid for by fairy, and no borrowing just yet. All right, let's slow this one down, guys. I really want to process, make sure there's no surprises. Speaking of surprises, corner, Phoenix, but there are fangs back there that will deal with it. And it is EMP barrages coming out. So the EMP barrage coming out of the melter is really good. Removes the range on these tarantulas on the left side. And that means so much of the chaff clear is going to get taken down so early on this left side of the board. That is a massive, massive problem. The wasp swarm in the middle as well. This is a massive, easy round victory, I would say. Combination of the surprise EMP barrage landing the first volley. That needs to be getting blocked by chaff on the next turn. And the fact that the wasp swarm is delaying all the marksmen from shooting anything useful. This is what I would refer to as a solid cucking. And I don't think you can do 3,000 damage, but it might not be that far off. This is a crazy, crazy dominant turn. EMP barrage combined with just shutting everything down with the barriers as well. Oh my gosh. The wasp swarm, so effective. The marksmen finally start to kill some stuff, but they've taken so long to get to this point. That paralyze as well. Do I even take out the arc light? Does take out the arc light as it dies, but that missile gets wasted. It's going to be a fair bit of damage, man. The game chugs that much. This reminds me of 2011 4v4s. So in the later rounds, I like to put it down to half speed, specifically because there is way too much going on to process what's happening or talk about it. Casting late game rounds at full speed, there's no chance to talk about everything that happens. Incendiary storms, but it's for Flowerfairy, guys. Takes the storm drop. Meanwhile, it is the scorpion drop on the side of RedHair. But look at that. Oil plus storms. Oh my gosh. Good luck getting through this. He's going to go siege scorps with acid? Okay. Here's where things are interesting. Oil there as well to slow down the army. This is where things are really interesting, guys, because guess what? Siege range scorpions, these guys shoot across the entire map. So you've got acid siege scorpions, you've got range double shot marksmen, you have the ultimate long range army, but you're set up forward. But on the plus side, that means your chaff is layered a little bit better. You also have subterranean blitz, which is nice for keeping your crawlers alive. Don't think they'll get through a thick line of fire, but they might get through a small little bit of fire with subterranean blitz. And you can outrange the melters. Melters, especially diffraction melters, they're good against tarantula YOLO. They're good against units jumping in their face. They're not as good against siege mode scorpions and marksmen. The question is, will the tarantulas die so quickly at the start that you don't have enough chaff clearing? Your scorpions and your marksmen are just shooting random bullshit the whole time anyway. Fire gets lit on the right side, which is fantastic. Now, this fire here, interesting. It does get lit. Okay, it does get lit by his own stormcallers. And that is going to help clear these fangs and whatnot as they walk through it. The tarantulas have lasted a good time. Dude, these siege mode scorpions, these acid siege scorps are landing their hits. Okay, oh my gosh. Another EMP barrage comes out. The tarantulas all get deactivated though, and that means there's no chaff left, which means the next EMP barrage is going to be pretty brutal. Phoenix still coming through from that side. Marksman starting to take down some of the melters. Is it enough? Whenever the acid actually lands, it is a 3.5 times damage multiplier if they're in acid, guys, as well as making them drain hit points every second they're in it. This is incredibly close. The marksman is actually going to kill both of those Phoenix, or at least one of them on that side. Another big acid lens. Does acid amplify fire damage, guys? I have no idea if it does or not. But if acid amplifies fire damage, then that is actually hilariously effective. That melter burns down these fangs. Actually doing pretty well here as well. This is amazing. This is awesome, dude. This is so much fun. GG, well played. It feels like we are going to have this round goes to Fairy. But the fact that we've pivoted away from a super YOLO tarantula style as RedHair into a long-range game of our own, I feel like you should be favored long-term. I actually feel like the longer this goes, the more scorpions and stuff you get and marksmen spread across this front line, it might actually favor you. Is this pig hosted weekly or something? And this is still EA. Oh, you're talking about this tournament? Okay, this is not live right now, even though it says live. That's the name. The name of the tournament is Mag1 Live. They do it's like a little pro season. They have their own Discord server and stuff. They're nice enough to share the replays with me. This weekend is the grand finals of this season, this Saturday. I think it's every Saturday, right, guys? I think Saturday or Sunday, maybe Sunday my time. I always forget exactly when. So there's going to be a best of 7 grand finals between the winner, the top two of this group. Because this is a last group of 4 to decide who goes into that. Now, we've got an ion beam coming down here for RedHair, guys. He's going to strafe it across. Blast. That's really effective against this setup. You can see he doesn't have as many easy targets. You could still do a decent one, but Fairy skips on it. Oh, no, he's got it as well. He just hasn't placed it yet. Never mind. If I was Fairy, I'd probably try to just get these 3 marksmen out of here and hopefully get the Scorpion as well. Maybe just start there and just go across and just somewhere in this area with the ion beam could be good. Now, both sides are going to pay for range. We're both having them borrow money as well. We are having movement speed as well. As Fairy realizes, he is no longer the defender. He is a player who has to attack now as well. He's got to get forward. And he's going to keep building melters. Exodia melters, man. So many of them. No EMP coming in. No EMPs coming in for RedHair. He does have more marksmen coming in on the left side. More scorpions. A lot of scorpions. A lot of tarantulas. It's a big spready here, guys. We are going to have what could be the final round. 1,000 hit points for RedHair. 2,600 for Flowerfairy. Flowerfairy could maybe win this round. It's unlikely that RedHair is able to. You can see the ion beam going across. It's going to blast both sides. Doing pretty big damage. Probably not as much damage on the south. It actually doesn't hit the marksman. Fairy whiffed his placement. He missed the marksman, guys. He missed the marksman with the placement. Oh my god, and that tarantula, it gets clipped by it, but only clipped, and it's going to come in as delayed chaff clear, which is why he mobile beaconed it backwards. Now we've got acid fire on both sides. You can see the acid scorpions will take out the balls on the right side as well. I know it kind of looks like crap when we go on half speed, but I really feel this is the only way we can actually see what the hell is going on, even though this ion beam is blocking everything. Dude, the acid scorp marksman, I think, is dominating. I think the acid scorp marksman, let's go back to regular game speed. I think it's dominating. We do have the melter coming through, but these melters, they're a super defensive unit. It was not the right call for Flowerfairy. It was not the right call because it was already the marksman with the tarantula already gives you good ranged firepower, and it gives you the flexibility off of a tarantula to start to turn it into a longer range army. That is exactly what RedHair has done, and now RedHair is so close to lethal. Hey, Fitzfights, welcome. If you've never played Mechabellum, it's a very cheap, I say cheap, incredibly good value would be a better way of putting it, auto battler. Everyone gets access to the same units, but you can only unlock 1 unit each turn. It is incredibly friggin' awesome, and there is a lot of abilities you can use. There's a lot going on, and this is so late in the game. Even if you played hundreds of hours, this part of the game is very stressful. Guys, we still have that enhancement module being used by Fairy. He's going to be using that to get some free upgrades on these melters. I don't think melters are the king unit at this stage, though. I think you needed to pivot into Mass Storm or something like that. These Siege Mode Scorpions have got double shot as well, just to help them make sure they one-shot things like melters and barriers. We are going to have a nuke go down over here. The problem with the nukes is if you can't break the barriers, everything protected inside the barrier is going to be safe. And I don't think you have the ability to break the barrier unless you have a war factory with armor and photon elite war factory. Fairy's like, it's now or never. This round decides it. It's a war factory, guys. It is a Titan unit. It is incredibly tanky. 484,000 hit points. Does he have only 1 armor upgrade? But that's good enough. 1 hit point upgrade. He's going to throw this in the front line, use it to bust the front line, tank everything the opponent's got. Problem, acid scorps are going to kill it really quickly. I feel like acid marksman is going to be a pretty brutal combo. And doesn't even have barriers trying to protect that left side. Dude, this is going to be crazy. These first scorpion shots are going to land on it. And it's double shot scorpions. Okay, that did not do nearly as much. Oh, it's immune to acid. Right, photon blocks acid. I forgot because I literally never use photon. That's one of the things. Guys, what can I say? I've made it to the top 150 players in the world. There are certain things I almost never use. I forgot that blocks acid. So it actually isn't taking the damage bonus from acid. It is tanking the entire army right now. These barrier went down on this side. The nukes are about to land, guys. Nukes are about to land. Top left gets obliterated. A bunch of units in the center do go down here as well. But the left barrier protected a whole bunch of units. You can't see it, but when the smoke clears, there are still units in there. firing, units advancing, because remember, the nuke pops the barrier, but it doesn't kill what's inside. You need to pop the barrier first. The War Factory finally does go down. Balls advancing on this right side. Let's go back to regular game speed here. Scorpions do have a minimum firing range, but look at that. The Paralyze comes in. The steel balls on the right side get cleared. The next volley from these Scorpions could be brutal. Only one of them gets hit by it. Two of them get hit by EMP, but the Acid Scorpion is going to do some crazy damage from the backline if we can get a few more shots off. This Acid Scorpion lands another double shot, takes out a Melter, but it will get hit by the next EMP barrage, deactivating all of its upgrades. But we've still got an Acid Scorpion and a Marksman from the left side, or two Acid Scorpions, I should say. Is that going to be enough? The EMP barrages have been saving the bacon of Flowerfairy here. Flowerfairy needs to win this round. If any of these units survive, it could be lethal. The Melter goes down, and I think that's it. I think RedHair is going to take him out. The Melters, there was too much investment in the Melters. Even the photon emission or photon synthesis, whatever the hell it's called, the War Factory with the EMP defense and the defense for the acid was not enough. It is photon coding. I don't know why I call it photon emission, photon synthesis. I never call it the right name because my brain is smart. Maybe photon emission is actually what it's called for the Farseer and the Overlord. I could be wrong. I could be right. Either way, long story short, despite the free money coming in from the enhancement module, it wasn't enough. The Melters, once you get energy diffraction, it lowers the Melter's range by 30. That's too big of a loss. When this turned from a short range game with Tarantulas trying to jam their way in to a long range game with Marksman and Acid Siege Scorpions sitting in the backline, this is a really good pivot. A pivot a lot of people wouldn't have faith in doing because they feel like Tarantulas are too short range to mesh with such a long range army. But it worked really well against such a heavy commitment to Melters. Really smart play. And that means RedHair is our first player going to the grand finals on the weekend. GG, well played.